Murder on tape, cops beat unarmed mentally ill man to death for being scared of them. Gretna, LA. In a case horrifyingly similar to that of Kelly Thomas in Fullerton, California, a young mentally ill man by the name of Kendall Joseph was beaten to death on video by untrained and outright rabid cops. Despite the killing happening in February, and the family's repeated demands to see the surveillance footage, the video wasn't released until this week. It was a murder on tape, family attorney Michael Oppenheimer said during a press conference on Friday, noting that police released the video publicly before they even had the common decency to show it to the family. Joseph's family was joined by civil rights activist J. Amal Green, who also decried the response from police. "We saw that surveillance video," Green said to reporters. "It proves everything that we had been saying from the beginning. Kendall had a mental health issue and the Gretna Police Department didn't know how to deal with it, so they killed him. He was simply minding his own business," said Oppenheimer of how the incident began. "He harmed no one. He wouldn't harm a flea." Image, http://pixel.watch/qt7. The incident happened in February when Joseph's mother called police to help get her son to the hospital as he was in the midst of a mental breakdown. However, as is the case so tragically often, when police arrived, the last thing Joseph received was help. His mother called on police that day asking them to help him, bring him to the hospital, not to tase and kill him, said Green. Joseph was unarmed and had not committed any crime when police arrived. However, their mere presence was enough to frighten the young man and caused him to run. To escape what he perceived as a threat, Joseph ran into a local convenience store. Read more. Watch, raging cop slams 86-year-old grandma down, Mesa's elderly woman helping her. Moments later, all of Joseph's fears would be justified as he found multiple linebacker-sized cops on top of him, pounding in his head. Police were going to arrest Joseph for the standard resisting arrest and battery on an officer. However, after being beaten so badly, he had to be brought to the hospital where he would die only 48 hours later. Naturally, the Gretna Police Department is claiming they did everything by the book and has all but referred to themselves as heroes over the killing of Joseph. Officers responded to a potentially deadly encounter with a much lower level of force and de-escalation of force than could have been justified under the circumstances, the statement from Gretna Police said. How, exactly, an unarmed young man, scared of police because of a mental illness, was a potentially deadly encounter, remains to be seen. But, this rhetoric, for now, has proven to work, as no police officers involved have faced so much as a slap on the wrist. As the video begins, Joseph is seen running like a scared little boy. When he sees these armed men try to kidnap and assault him for no reason, he panics and tries to hide behind the convenience store counter. After jumping behind the counter, an officer that appears to weigh somewhere in the neighborhood of 350 pounds then jumps on top of him. For several minutes Joseph is tasered and beaten. They beat him to death behind that counter for no reason other than he was mentally ill and he was black, Oppenheimer said. Read more. Shock video, cop claims freedom of speech does not give citizens the right to question police. Despite the beating being clearly captured on video, the coroner report said that the cause of Joseph's death was undetermined as to whether it was accidental or natural. Apparently, the coroner either failed to watch the video below or is clearly biased toward police. Sadly, for now, it seems the only justice that Joseph's family will receive will be through a lawsuit at the taxpayers' expense. Due to the lack of training and tendency to escalate to violence within the Gretna police force, citizens would do well to steer clear. If you need help with a mentally ill family member, remember that this is what happens when you call the cops.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago. And so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too, because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Sheriff County COPWATCH with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it. 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.